Hello, everybody. This is Kyoko Miki. Today we have a special guest, Claudia. She's an artist. She's going to show us her works. Let's go. Hi, Claudia. Would you tell us your full name, please?
Hi, everyone. My name is Claudia Field, and here are some of my artworks.
Yes. Okay. I am going to see it. So, Claudia, please explain about this one.
So this is a yoga tree pose that I created about a year ago, and it is made from aluminum wire.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, next one.
This
Wow.
is a tree that is a windblown tree, and it also is made from aluminum wire. Most of my trees are made from aluminum wire. It has a copper vine wrapped around it. It's one of my favorite trees.
Do you remember how long ago you made this?
This one is very recent. This is a
Oh.
new tree, just in the past month or so.
Oh, I see. Well, I remember you made other trees like this before.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, some of them look the other side. This is looking to the right side.
Yes.
How do you decide?
Oh, I really don't decide ahead of time. I kind of start out and it just starts to take shape. So it really depends on how I happen to be feeling that day about what it is I want to start creating.
Mm-hmm. You know, this is a wire work.
Yes.
The fingers, don't you feel like pain when you're working on it?
Funny you should ask. I just recovered from hand surgery
Oh,
that I had done 3 weeks ago.
oh my goodness.
And thank goodness
Yeah.
that the problem could be fixed so that I can continue to do my artwork.
Well, that surgery, it came because of your work?
Yes, yes, it did. It did.
So when you say hand, that's fingers or?
Well, sometimes it's the whole hand. It can be carpal tunnel syndrome, which can be solved with surgery. This one was called trigger finger, and my finger actually locked into a fist shape. But they were able to correct it with surgery, and now I'm back to work again.
Good, I'm glad. Okay, let's go to the next one. Wow, this is different. Well, this is not a wire work.
Well, actually, there is wire involved in this piece.
Oh.
The little hummingbird is
Yes.
created from wire and then wrapped in mesh, wire mesh.
Oh.
And then I painted her. I did some research to see what hummingbirds look like. And then the flowers, hummingbirds tend to be attracted to the color red. And so I created this vine. And then my husband made the trellis.
Oh. Wow, this hummingbird is beautiful. And then the flowers. Well, what's the material of the flowers?
The flowers are actually made out of sheet aluminum. It comes in a big roll, and then I cut the shape out, and I have to form it and shape it, and then it's painted. And the leaves on the vine below, those leaves are made from copper wire. I mean from copper on wire, and then they are formed and shaped, and then they are painted with a patina, some of them, and then some I left just the copper.
You said patina. What is it?
Patina is a type of a stain that you can put on to anything really, but it looks beautiful on metal, and it's opaque, so you can see through it. and just gives it a nice it gives it a nice look, a nice effect.
I see. Oh my goodness, Claudia. This is just wonderful, but I'm sure it took a long time.
It did, and unfortunately my husband does nice woodworking, so he was able to collaborate with me on this piece.
Good, good. Well, first, how did you get this idea?
I love hummingbirds, and we feed them.
You do?
Yes, and then they leave, and they're amazing little creatures, how they can migrate 2,000 miles, and it's almost as if they can read the calendar, because they leave North Carolina around mid-March,
Yes.
and then they return around they leave mid-October, and then they come back again mid-March. How do they know?
How I wonder.
They're very smart.
Yes, that's right. Oh my goodness. Okay, then let's see the next one. Wow. This is a raccoon.
This is a raccoon, a baby raccoon. And I also did my research to make sure that this raccoon was true to life size for a baby raccoon.
Oh, I see.
And this is also created using wire that I solder underneath. His skeleton is soldered wire, and then on top of that, that's all individual little strips of copper. And they're attached one at a time to the skeleton underneath. And then this is also faux painted. The limb that the little raccoon is clinging to was a piece of mountain laurel that my husband and I found when we were out hiking in the mountains.
You are talking about this one.
The limb.
You just found somewhere in the mountain?
Right.
Wow.
Right.
And then your husband rearranged.
He cut it, and
it.
shaped it and sanded it down. And because the little guy needed to cling to something. This piece is actually titled "Hanging in There."
Oh, hanging in there.
It's sort of appropriate for the times we're living in right now.
That's right. That's right. Wow, this is great.
Thank you.
Well, when you painted with the same thing like the other one?
No,
like
this I actually used acrylic.
Oh, that's the one we can use for painting on the paper.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to know how you made that eyes area.
So the eyes are actually black beads, and then they are painted as well. And I put the little twinkle in his eye.
Yes. What is this?
This is all copper wire.
Oh,
as well.
Really? This is also wire?
It is. It's copper. It's copper restrip is what it's called. It comes in a big coil, and then I cut it the proper sizes that I need, and then they're soldered on to the wire underneath.
Well, when you put the ears, well, how do you attach with wire?
They also, so the whole form of the raccoon is created first, including the ears, the hands, everything is there. And then I basically put on the raccoon's fur.
Yes.
And so the wire is attached on the ears in the same way that it is on the rest of him. It's literally the restrip, the copper is just fastened to the wire underneath. And then it's just shaped. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
when you are making it.
Yeah.
Well, could you make it one step and then next step, or sometimes you have to do it all over? How did it go? It's just no problems from 1 to 2 to 3.
Right. Well, first I actually do drawings.
Oh, drawings.
So that's where my original history comes in of being an artist that did drawings and paintings
Mm-hmm.
before I transitioned to three-dimensional wire
Mm-hmm.
work.
Mm-hmm.
So I always have to research first,
Mm-hmm.
get the dimensions of the piece, the animal
Mm-hmm.
that I'm looking at creating.
Yes.
And then, so the armature is created first. The armature is basically the skeleton.
Yes.
And then on top of that, that's where I go and start attaching his fur to the skeleton.
I see.
Yeah, so there is definitely a procedure involved, step by step.
Wow. Okay, let's go to the next one. You know, this is gorgeous. This is just, oh my goodness. Well,
So-
how did this idea come to you?
Well, these are my crosses, and they are also made from aluminum wire that I hammer
Mm-hmm.
to get them flattened. Then they're sanded
Mm-hmm.
to bring out a luster.
Mm-hmm.
Then I choose the proper stones
Mm-hmm.
and the wire to wrap around the tops
Mm-hmm.
and the bottoms and attach the stones with wire.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea for this just came about because I'm Christian and
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to create smaller pieces that I actually have one hanging from the rear view mirror in my car.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And then at Christmas time, people were purchasing them as Christmas tree ornaments.
Yeah. So, actually, this is one item,
Yes.
and then you just
They're just
put it.
they're
Yeah.
just attached.
I see. I see.
So
You know, first I thought entire
Right.
work is the one work, but actually, this
yeah,
is
it's a
one.
single piece.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's a single piece.
Right.
Oh.
And some of them have brass wire, and some have copper, some have silver.
Yeah. Wow. This is beautiful. Yeah. It's so.
Thank you.
What can I say? I feel peace.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, then let's go to the other side. Actually, there are many other beautiful works.
This is
But
one of
let's
the
go-
largest galleries in. It is the largest single gallery in Asheville.
Okay, let's go this one.
This piece is called From Sunrise to Sunset.
Oh,
And it is created from copper that I cut out their proper shape and then hammer it.
yes.
And it already, without having to do anything, has a beautiful glow to it like the sun.
Yeah. Well, you know, thinking about expression of sun is a kind of adventure to me.
Oh.
How could you decide to do that?
Well, you know, I have two grandsons. They're twins, and their names are Sunny and Arrow.
Oh.
And the first piece like this that I ever made looked just like this, except for one end of the horizon had the feather end of the arrow, and the other side had a heart for the arrow itself.
Oh.
And it signified their names, Sunny
Yes.
and Arrow.
Oh.
And so this is just a different take on the same idea of the
You
sun
know-
rising over the horizon.
Yeah.
Or setting, rising or setting, either one.
Yeah. It brightens my heart.
Oh, good.
Okay, let's go next time. Wow.
This piece is called The Summer Will Return
Mm.
and The Red Swing.
Yeah, I love that swing.
I think everybody can relate to a swing in a tree,
Yes.
and probably everyone has sat on a swing in a tree and has
Yes.
fond memories of doing that.
Right.
So that's what inspired me to create this piece at the end of the summer. Summer will return.
Yeah. You know, these small part leaves,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like it's very difficult to do it.
Those are created by wrapping wire around a dowel, a wooden dowel,
Uh-huh.
and then I just spread them out and flatten them and shape them into these little clusters of foliage.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Wow. And then
And there's the red swing. There's the red swing.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay then. Wow.
Here we have Asheville's mascot. We have a lot of black bear here in Asheville.
Oh yes, I see them.
Yes, and so I created this piece just because I love the bears, and he looks like he's kind of looking into a window. And he's created from the same copper restrip as the raccoon over the armature that I created.
Oh, this is a big one.
Yes.
I'm sure it was hard to handle them. I mean, handle it.
Yeah. This metal can get kind of sharp. So I have gloves that I wear that are called cut-free gloves, and I've never been cut yet, as long as I keep my gloves on.
Good. Okay. Oh my goodness, look at this. How lovely. How lovely. This is also made of wire?
The stem is made from wire.
Oh, made from.
Right.
Oh, I made a mistake. I said made of, but actually I have to say this is made from wire.
So the stem part is, but the rest of that started out as a big sheet of copper sheet. Comes in a big roll, and then I cut the individual petals and apply them one at a time.
Yes.
And then the leaves also are made from copper, and there's that patina again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you painted.
Yes.
You painted here with patina.
Just the leaves.
Oh, just the leaves.
Just the leaves.
How about the flower?
The flower is just the raw copper.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, it looks like you painted.
No, that's the beautiful color of that copper.
Yes.
Which I love.
Okay, then, everybody, look at this. Wow, please explain about this.
So this is Mary's Little Lamb.
Yes.
Mary's Little Lamb took me over 100 hours to create.
Oh.
And she is modeled after a valet black-nosed sheep. And each one of her curls is created individually and attached individually. I love her.
This, look. Wow.
Yes. I never counted the number of curls, but there's a lot of curls on her.
I think so. Okay, let's go to this one.
Oh, she had a baby.
Oh, baby.
She had a baby.
Cute. I love it. Oh.
Little baby lamb.
Yes.
And also, her curls are created from aluminum wire. So you can see how versatile this wire really is.
Yes. And then black part you painted.
Yes, I painted it, correct.
Okay. Then this one, oh, look at this.
So this tree is sort of, an autumn tree. And those last few leaves that cling to a maple tree, at the very end of the season. And they're hanging on there. Those leaves are created from copper as well, that I cut out, and then I paint them.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And my husband does all the stonework too. We go digging through stone piles, and then he has to grind the stone down to get all the sharp edges, and drills a hole down through the center to hold the tree in place.
Yes. Without this, it doesn't stand, right?
It would not.
Right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, more. Look at this.
So this is my little angel, my little golden-haired angel. And she's created again from aluminum wire, and her hair is beautiful brass wire. Little blondie.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry. I am going very quick because of time, but
yes.
Woo,
So
look at this.
A while back I did a series called Red Things in Trees. And this is the remaining piece. There were 8. and all different shaped trees with all different red things in them.
Mm-hmm.
And this has a little hat
Mm-hmm.
and a little picnic basket, and the title of this piece is called Picnic in the Pines.
Wow, amazing.
Thank you.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, Claudia, thank you so very much for showing it to me. Well, time's up, so I have to stop it right now, but I'll see you again next week.
Fine.
Okay?
That sounds great.
Okay,
Bye.
then everybody, goodbye.